My report is on Paul McCartney. You might know him best from the band The Beatles. Paul was born on June 18, 1942 in Allerton, England. Mary was his mother and Jim was his father, and he had one brother named Michael. When Paul was 14, he saw John Lennon's band for the first time, the Quarrymen. Also at 14, his mom died of breast cancer. Paul was at the top of his class, winning prizes for essays. Paul wrote his first song ever called I Lost My Little Girl. The song was about losing his mom. Paul played his guitar everywhere he went, even in the bathtub. When Michael said Paul got his first electric guitar, he was lost in it. Paul spent 12 years at a school called the Liverpool Institute for Boys and got a degree at English and Art. Paul's the only Beatle who had music in his family. His first instrument was a trumpet because his dad played in a band called Jimmy Max. When Paul was a teen, he learned to play piano. His mid-teens, Paul got an electric guitar and practiced till his fingers bled. Paul wrote his first song for his father, When I'm 64, and for his mother, Let It Be. Paul was married in 1966 to Linda, a photographer. Linda died of breast cancer, and Paul got married again to Heather Mills. Paul had 4 kids with Linda. 4 kids in all. 3 with Linda. The ones with Linda were James, Heather, and Stella. And when Linda died, Paul got married to Heather. And in 2003, Heather had a baby girl named Beatrice. Paul and Heather divorced in 2006. Paul's in the Guinness Book of World Records for 60 gold records, most #1 hits, most covered song called Yesterday, and the largest paid audience for a solo record. And when he went to Brazil in 1989, over 350,000 people watched him in the stands. Paul's been knighted by the Queen. That is when he became Sir Paul McCartney. And his first record, he played every instrument. So Paul went from being a band member of the Quarrymen in 1957 to being a Beatle, and at 28 started a solo career and formed the band Wings. Paul's still alive, and the most important thing about him is he was in the most famous band in the world and writes music. The end.